What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Out to do a little bit of evening fishing. This is something that I don't get to do nearly enough. Took off work just a little bit. Gonna see if we can fit a couple hours of fishing in. It's sun will be down in about 3-ish hours. So enough yapping. Let's use our time wisely and see if we can get on some fall fish. All right. Well, I'm gonna start by throwing the old spinnerbait. We've got a little bit of wind here. The water's way down, even though we've had rain. It is. Oh gosh, first cast. I was just gonna say it's super shallow. First cast. Well, let's hope that's not a curse for old Debo. Oh, easy little fella, easy. He's no mammoth, but he liked that old spinnerbait. Should take a picture and send it to old Randizzle. All right, there we go. First guy of the day for me, little dude, but oh, why are there mosquitoes still? Little dude, but we appreciate him. Thanks, little fish. Go back to eating. All right, let's get daring here. This is the same War Eagle spinnerbait that y'all saw the other day. Let's switch up spinnerbaits just to see. Is it this exact one? I didn't have any luck till I switched to this one the other day. Let's try something a little different. All right, well, there we go. That's what I switched up to. That's that little Stanley spinnerbait. Extremely similar. It's got the silver blade. It's got a gold blade, white. Let's just see if this makes a difference. That War Eagle's proven. I've caught a bunch of fish on those before. This is the Stanley that you saw not too long ago in the old unboxing. We'll see if there's anything willing to come up and eat this from the wood. Second cast. Oh my gosh. 2 casts, 2 fish in a row, 2 different spinnerbaits. 2 casts, 2 fish. Find wood, throw spinnerbait at wood, catch a bass, and look at that, my golly. All right, well, there we go. 2 Debo dinks. That guy's closer to 1.5 pounds. Thank you, sir. We appreciate eating. Go get to be 5 pounds. All right, well, I've said it before, wood is such a good spot to find fish. Anytime you can find some isolated wood holding some fish, sticks. I know there's like a rock hump out here. Rock humps plus sticks usually equal a few fish. I even brought a fluke just to see. We'll go over this with a power search bait, spinnerbait, you know, crankbait, whatever it is you're trying to power through and crank and wind. Come back through with something finesse, a Ned rig, you know, a weightless stick bait, especially when you're fishing from the bank like this. Bank anglers often don't have all the access spots that somebody from a boat does. That's a good one. Man, he hit it like he was a monster. That's 3. He hit it like he was a tank. Look at you. You're just a silly little Debo dink. What are you doing? That's all right. You're a feisty dink. We'll take the angry dinks all day. All right, that's number 3. I haven't even been here 15 minutes yet. Thanks, fish. Oh, and a shower. All right, well, there we go. Number 3, switched over that little Stanley spinner. That's getting the job done too. White's such a good bait fish imitator. You know, whether you've got white bass, I know there's hybrid bass in here, shad, crappie, whatever it is, white is just such a good kind of universal color. Mimics a lot of stuff. Hopefully it keeps mimicking whatever these fish are eating. I'm surprised. We might get on some white bass here too. There's another one. Catch up to him. He hit that and came right at me. Little guy. Oh, all right. Well, he was trying to get away quick. You're a little Debo dink. Feisty little fella. All right, there we go. 4 on the old spinnerbait. Thank you, little fish. He hit that and immediately ran right at me. Let's try this. This is actually that KVD caffeine shad, Strike King caffeine shad, whatever it's called. Or something just popped right there. See if anything eats this. If not, we'll go back to cranking and winding with the old spinnerbait. I'm fine with that. There's one. See that? Came back through. I had thrown the spinnerbait there I don't know how many times without a bite. First cast with the fluke back in, optimizing the territory that we have to fish. Now, granted, he's not going to win any tournaments, but still, that's another fish off of a spot where I had thrown there over a dozen times with a spinnerbait and nothing. Went back with a little bit finesse and picked up another fish. Dang. All right, just to be sure, 2 more casts with the spinnerbait, then I'll move. All right, last cast for real. I know this is like 7 casts after I just said last cast, but a couple little lay down sticks here, nothing big, but get hopeful here. Maybe we got something on them. There's one. Not a monster, by golly, there was one on it. Not a big log at all. Oh! That's 2 that have gone kamikaze. All right, well, there we go. Another dink. He decided to jump off. Go fish. See if we could isolate and try to find one big old monster. Didn't even think about it. Last time I was here, the water was really dirty. Just goes to show you have to be prepared, dang it. All right, well, I feel like an idiot. Remember how I always tell you to check before you just lumber up to a spot like Bigfoot? I literally walked right up here by this, and there was a bass sitting in this hole of water, 2 feet. Right here, literally right here. He just, he shot right out as soon as I got up here. What a dummy. See if there's anything else hiding on this. Oh, there's a fish. 2 feet of water right there in that little hole. All right, well, the fluke and the spinnerbait doing it tonight. That's just the regular old fluke. I didn't even use the caffeine shad. Oh, just barely got him. Hiding literally in like a foot of water there by that wood. Needed something to hold him. There we go. Another little guy on the night, but we appreciate him. Gosh, literally just a foot of water right there by the wood. All right, back to where we started. Sun is going down with the quickness here. See if we can go stealth mode, pick off a couple more. Maybe we can find a big old 3-pounder in here hiding. A dink at least, first cast. Oh no! He took me in that wood with my spinnerbait. Oh. That's disappointing. He took me in that wood and it rubbed on there and broke. Dang. Off he went with my spinner. Son of a gun. If only I could have flipped him up in here before it broke. Gosh, see guys, that's why you have to check your line constantly. Oh, that's heartbreaking. I'm gonna have to go back to that war eagle. Darn it. Oh, there he just jumped behind me trying to throw it. Gosh darn it. I'm sorry, little dude. Hopefully he throws that. Maybe he'll throw himself up on the wood and get beached and I can grab him. Spinnerbait plus wood equals fish and equals nicks in line. Make sure you check line frequently. Darn it. It was just a little guy. That would have been really, really bad if that was like my PB and I saw it break right there in front of my eyes. Oh my gosh. I probably would have thrown all my gear in and quit forever. This is why I tell you all, go with as heavy a line as you can get away with. It's not for the fish. It's for the cover you're around. Gosh, that's kind of a blessing and a curse altogether. First cast back at the wood, we hit one and break him off. Dang it. Well, let's throw the fluke at it. Otherwise, it's about time to call it a night. Anything eat a harmless old fluke. Our 1-2 punch, spinnerbait fluke. Couple on the fluke tonight anyway. Spinnerbait was the main deal. Spinnerbait plus wood was catching me everything. Oh, come on. And I missed one. Come on, let's clean up, catch a couple more on the fluke. We'll call her a night. Nice thing about braid to leader is I can watch my braid here, and if I see it jump, I know something's fishy. But I've still got that fluorocarbon leader on there, so it keeps that line nice and clear. I'm a big believer in that on my finesse. Let's go back over this way. That's where I've had all my fluke bites, is out past this wood. I don't know if there's more wood out here. I think so. That's what I got snagged on. More wood or rocks. There's a bite. Oh, blasphemark. Any more bass fish around here? That's a bass. That's a bass. Get out of the wood, bass. All right. Cleaning up with the fluke, the 1-2 punch. See? Making the most of the spots that you got. Look at that. Perfect hook set. All right. Well, another dink to add to the tally. It's been a dinktastic voyage of Debo tonight, but hey, we are out catching fish. It's getting cold. Fall's here. Soon it's going to be winter, and I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. I'm going to have to sit in a little hut and fish through a little hole. Hopefully you all continue to watch me through those journeys. Son of a biscuit. Might as well tempt fate. Might as well throw the spinnerbait once more. One more on the spinner. One more on the spinner. See? One more on the spinner. No! How many fish have I had do that tonight? Not a bad fish there. Another one over a pound. Anything in your mouth? What is that? Huh. All right, another one on the night. Thanks, fish. All right, fishing friends, just got home from taking the kiddos to school. Didn't get a chance to do the outro last night. I got home, it was dark and late, and I just said heck with it. So we're doing it today, next day. Last night was a bunch of fun. Caught a good number of fish. I think I ended up catching 12. No big ones, but like I've said before, going out and fishing is the victory. When you actually catch fish, that's just the added bonus. Especially any night I can catch fish on a spinnerbait, I'm a happy Debo. Now, 3 things we have to take away from last night though. Number 1, spinnerbaits plus wood usually equal fish, especially around standing timber, big logs. The spinnerbait's actually pretty weedless. As long as you keep that rod tip up, the spinnerbait kind of ramps over wood and such, and usually you're not gonna get hung up even from the bank. Now I'll give you a look at the spinnerbait here quick. Now I can't show you that first spinnerbait that I lost. That was one of those Stanley Vibra shafts. You saw that in an unboxing not too long ago, but this one, you should not be too surprised to see this. This is the one I used that day on the boat out in the old aluminum kayak. It's just a War Eagle, silver head there. It's got 1 gold blade you can see there. Give you a better view that way. So you can see it's kind of got like the pounded out, dimpled gold blade, and then same thing there on the larger silver blade. So double willow blade, gold and silver. Basically just a white spinnerbait, nothing crazy. It's just a great way to mimic bait fish. Same rod as before, that Lew's Custom Pro Speed Stick, rated for lures up to 7/8. And the same SLX DC reel. It's been a pretty darn good combo right there. Now speaking of not being able to show you that first spinnerbait, that's the second thing that we learned. Make sure you check your line and retie frequently. I broke off on that fish right at the bank. That's often when it happens when you put, a sudden amount of force. I went to flip them up, or when you go to set a hook, that's often when you're gonna break. So I think I actually got the line caught in a bush. I yanked it like off of some bark in a tree, so I wonder if that was it. I don't know. I thought I'd been checking it, but check your line frequently and retie as needed. Don't be lazy. And the third thing we learned is maximize your space. So especially when you're fishing from the bank. Goodness, Debo, need another drink? Especially when you're fishing from the bank, make sure you maximize your space. And what I mean is, when you're bank fishing, oftentimes you're limited to where you can actually fish from. So in this video, you saw that I was using the spinnerbait to cover water, look for those aggressive fish, and then I came back through with the old spinning rig and threw the fluke to clean up. Now that just doesn't mean when you're fishing from the bank, but oftentimes I see guys in a boat come through, catch a few on a power bait, and it's easy to do. I do it sometimes too, but if you know there's fish there, if there's a good piece of structure holding fish, and it's been a tough day, you haven't been able to find fish, go back through that exact same spot with a finesse rig, a Ned rig, a stick bait, whatever. Today I was using the fluke, and I cleaned up and caught a few more fish. So especially I stress from the bank, because oftentimes we're very limited to the spots that we have to fish. So don't be afraid to go back through after you use a search bait, a power bait, circle around with some finesse. Now the combo, this is the Lew's Mach 2 spinning reel. I've actually been pretty happy with that. It is an aluminum frame on that one. I was kind of surprised. It's a sub $100 spinning reel, but so far it's been okay. I have had 0 issues. I like it. And that rod you've seen, that's one I've had for quite a while. That Fate Black 13, the bright green lightsaber sticks. It's been a solid rod. I know some people have kind of talked about the way it connects here they don't really like. There's a little bit of a gap I've noticed, but I mean, it tightens on. I don't have any issues with it coming loose. And I do like that it's all cork there. I know some people kind of go back and forth on that stuff, but I like how it's not super big and bulky and with a bunch of stuff. It's just kind of simple. That's how I like to hold it like that. So rod's been good. I'm gonna do a review on these. I've got that one, then I've also got the casting rod here that I've mainly used for jerk baits and such. So I'll do a review on that. Those bright green rods, they've been around for a while, but I'll get that in here. And the line, that's some of that Berkeley, the 9-strand. That was the J. Lee version. I don't remember what exactly it was called, but that bright green, I like it. It's easy to see. And I had a leader on there before it broke on that last snag, a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader for those flukes. So do me a favor and comment below. Let me know if there's a fall bait, whether it's more spinnerbait stuff, an in-depth spinnerbait video, fluke, whatever it is, comment below and let me know what you would like to see me fish more. I love doing those kind of things to try to help people out. I'm no pro, but I'm happy to share what I know. And tonight's subscribed fishing friend is J.R. DeField. Thank you, sir, for watching and commenting, supporting my channel. I appreciate it. And a huge thanks to everybody else out there who continues to watch, support me. It means a lot to me. But I got to get the rest of this cleaned up, get to work. So thank you all for watching, and until next time.